My name is B Moore, and I play Kimberly.
All right, and what is this PSA about?
This PSA is about a lot of different things. One of the main focus that we hint on is about personality disorders and mental illnesses. And we kind of touch on paranoia, bulimia. We also touch on schizophrenia a little bit, but all in the genre of awareness with mental illnesses. Yeah.
All right, and what message do you hope the PSA will convey?
I hope that this PSA will convey the message that one, you should be aware of different things you should be aware of different signs, different things to look out for. You never know when you in the future might be dealing with a mental illness, or someone that you love, a relative, a family, or a friend might be dealing with it. So one is to kind of flip the perspective, because sometimes it's the stigma that people who have mental illnesses or people who are dealing with mental illnesses are abnormal, or they're not normal, or they are extremes. A lot of different words come to mind. But for me, I think that I think that people who have mental illnesses are very smart. They're very intelligent. They are very intellectual. They have their own minds. They think for themselves. They are no different from us. And I also think that sometimes people feel that they are so far removed that that couldn't happen to me, or oh, this couldn't happen to me. But how dare you say that? You don't know what could happen. So I think for me, this story is about flipping the script and really looking at it for face value and understanding that yes, this may be something that someone is living with, but that doesn't mean that you need to treat them any differently.
All right, if you could describe this story in one word, what would it be?
Wow, if I could describe if I could describe this story in one word, the one word that I would describe this story as is timeless.
All right, and what is the inspiration behind the script?
The inspiration behind the script, for me, I wanted to speak a little bit about mental illnesses, because one, I've been hearing a lot of different things about it in the media, especially with politics, in terms of, oh, well, mental people who work with mental illness patients, or people who are dealing with mental illness, will they have funding from the government? Will their funding be cut? So for me, it was a way to kind of spread a little bit of light on that, because politics does play a little bit into it. But for me, it was also to acknowledge these people and not set them aside, not set them out as this group that, oh, we don't want to talk about them, we don't want to think about them because it's too painful. And also because the numbers and the statistics are growing. There are a lot more people who have family members and friends, or someone that they know who, as you get older, may be dealing with mental illnesses. So it's not something to shun away from. It's not something that you should back off of, but become aware, educate yourself. And for me, it was creating this story, creating this PSA, but I don't want it to stop there. I hope that it encourages everyone to, okay, wait, what were they talking about there? Let me go look this up and figure out what's really going on, or what were they talking about, or what was that word they said? Something to spark inspiration for people to do more research, because you won't get all the answers here. That's impossible.
How do you think this short is different from the other two PSAs in the Be More series?
I think Genius is very different from the other PSAs because, of course, as you live and you learn, you grow. So my team as a whole, we've grown so much from doing the other two that now it's not trial and error, but it's okay, we've done this before, so we know now this is the machine that's kind of working. And of course, with the focus is much different than the other PSAs. And for this specific one for Genius, I wanted to push the limits. That's one of the things that I kept encouraging everyone who was a part of this, is that let's do it to the max. Let's literally go off the deep end. Let's dive into the water and see what happened. And I wanted to take a lot of risk, not only with the characters, but with every single part of this PSA. And that is what's making it different than the other two. I don't think that I even had the really bizarre and extreme thoughts that I had about the other two as I do about this one. I love each of them. It's like a child. You can't say which one you like the best, but they're just different. And I love that.
All right, and what inspired the Be More PSA series?
What inspired the Be More PSA series? It was actually birthed from a conversation I had with a friend in New York. And he's been kind of following my journey and been with me for a few years now. Even when I lived out east, and I was just kind of telling him about some of the things I was scared to death over. And something about me is, if I'm scared to death of it, whether it's a role, whether it's a project, then that's the one that I go after. And I kind of just talked to him. I was like, I really, really just want to do like a series or something. And he just kept throwing out a lot of different ideas. And from that, he said, just sit on it and think about what you want to do. And from that, I said, okay, I have a lot of friends who are in medicine, who are in the health field. I'm continuously learning from them, which is making me figure out things that I didn't know before, but it's also combining what I'm learning and what I love. So it's combining the two and creating just some really dope shit, honestly. So yeah, I guess you can say art and innovation and friendship really inspired the PSA series.